Man, it has been quite a while since we revisited another one of my recent favorite fan manga, and given the reception, I know you guys have been waiting on this one too. In the last few weeks, the sequels to the legendary fan manga Dragon Ball Super Broly vs. Jiren, Dragon Ball Super Sadala has dropped a lot of content that we have to catch up on. Previously, as we know, when Vegeta arrived in Universe 6 to meet with the Saiyans, he came in contact with Kaba right away, and from there, the evolution began as the entire Sadala Defense Force was now subject to Vegeta's training. During their training, Vegeta wasted absolutely no time already sensing the potential of the Saiyans from this universe and forced them immediately into a life or death situation, threatening to destroy the entire planet if they don't find the power to stop him. The form that Vegeta previewed to these Saiyans was something sinister as he summoned the power of destruction to completely obliterate them. All of a sudden, however, reminiscent of both Goku and Vegeta, when the crushing force of Vegeta's attack began raining down on planet Sadala, the Defense Force, almost as if in sequence, summoned the power necessary to evolve yet again, and this would transform them all into Super Saiyans. Kaba, being the most advanced of the Defense Force already, burdened himself at the forefront of the attack, and as all of the Super Saiyans poured their remaining energy into him, Kaba ascended into something divine. This is Super Saiyan God Kaba in his new form in all his own power, but their training has only just begun. Even Kel and Caulifla had their run-in with the Defense Force, which showed Vegeta just how far these two had come as well, and through Kaba's help, Kel is even able to tame her own ferocious power too. Of course, Caulifla's arrogance would lead her into a battle against Vegeta where she showcased the Super Saiyan 3 form we'd never seen before, but Vegeta's divine power of destruction is far beyond any mere Saiyan transformation. Vegeta's parting words to Kel and Caulifla before continuing his training with the Force would be to keep pushing themselves. Vegeta believes in these Saiyans so much and has confidence that they already hold the power necessary to defend themselves for generations to come. In this story by Jordan Lee and Monty Black, the Tuffle Menace has become a threat yet again, and thanks to their clever techniques, they've been able to steal the bodies of both King Sadala and a young member of the Defense Force named Scarret as they met with a distant race known as the Gardenians. The Gardenians are a race of plant-like life forms that inhabit a resource-rich planet, and as we return to Dragon Ball Super Sadala, the corrupted forms of King Sadala and Scarret are meeting with another mysterious-looking individual in some unknown location. As they stand before some machine that resembles some sort of rejuvenation chamber, the man tells them that the machine is fixed, and if they're interested, he thinks he can improve this thing in every way. "You aren't doing this out of the kindness of your heart," Kamen tells him. "What's the catch?" "There's always a catch." As Orin agrees that this is definitely fishy. "Well," the being goes on, "really all I want is revenge, and you have partially given it to me already. But if I may, I need a Gardenian that hates the Saiyans for my plan. If you could bring me one," he goes on, "I think I could help you immensely. And besides," he continues, "we Techians have a lot in common with you Tuffles. We harvested planets for their resources before being driven to near extinction on this planet." "We are nothing alike," Kamen roars at him. "You think you know us? You're mistaken." "Whoa, sis," Orin says. "That's Shockwave. You think planet Sadala was destroyed? That might put a dent in our plans." "It's possible," Kamen says, "but a shock like that seems too big for a measly planetary explosion." "I've studied the Saiyan ships," the mysterious being cuts in, "and it appears that they all share an artificial intelligence network for communication and security purposes. If I can get a hold of the AI, I can use the security system to check on Sadala." "Are you talking about that annoying robot on their ship?" Kamen says. "We shut him down. Let's see what you can do though." As they take him to the AI, the Techian, with swift precision, revives the AI, and the first image shown is that of planet Sadala. Now being able to spy from afar, Kamen, Orin, and the Techian watch as the Defense Force is shown lined and at attention before their new commander. "Wait, is that..." Kamen starts as they begin to recognize Vegeta, but Almost instantaneously, he turns around sensing a disturbance and disables their vision on planet Sadala. "I need all footage from planet Sadala immediately," Kamen says, as the mysterious man abides. Dragon Ball Super Sadala, as I said before, is an original fan manga by Jordan Lee and Monty Black, so if you guys want to check it out for yourselves or any of their previous work, please don't forget to go drop these guys a follow. If you haven't already, be sure to have those notifications turned on and never miss an upload as soon as they go live. And if you have been enjoying all of the Dragon Ball content recently, consider leaving a like on this video as well, it really helps out a ton. Be sure to follow on both Twitch and Twitter to stay up with me and all the Dragon Ball and anime related content, guys. But without further ado, over on planet Gardenia, the Gardenians are being invaded by Frieza's ships, but those on board aren't Frieza soldiers, they're Saiyans. "Well, I get to say it, I told you so," Terragon says as he and the others take cover from the incoming invasion. "What's going on?" the Elder says as he comes outside to see them all running his way. "It's the Saiyans," Terragon tells him. "They betrayed us. I knew this would happen and now we're under attack." "No, this can't be right," the Elder tells him. "There must be an answer for this." Terragon, however, is in no mood for talking, as he says that he doesn't care what the reason is, he's going to fight. Outside, the Saiyans have grabbed a Gardenian, but they've also come to the conclusion that something about what they're doing doesn't really feel right. This is when Terragon appears again though, commanding that they release her immediately as he charges towards them. One of the Saiyans easily intercepts him, however, and knocks him to the ground. This is when something strange begins to happen to Terragon, however, as the rays from the sun begin to illuminate his entire body. "You monsters. We trusted you," Terragon says as he begins to transform. "I won't forgive you." "Yo, chill out, kid," the Saiyan says to him. "We can talk this out, we're just following orders." This is when we see Terragon fully transformed into what seems to be some sort of super Gardenian or something. "Get away from me," the girl says, breaking free and running away. "I'm done talking," Terragon says as he turns his sights on all of the Saiyans, but they warn him to not think that they won't fight back. "I won't repeat myself again," Terragon says as he appears behind the group all of a sudden. "I'm done talking." Next, Terragon bursts into a rage and begins attacking all of the Saiyans at once, who seem to be absolutely helpless dealing with this new form from Terragon. "King Sadala, sir, we need help," the Saiyans plead after being thoroughly beaten by Terragon, as the others look on in shock as well. The Elder explains that Terragon has become what's known as a godly Gardenian thanks to the sun. He's absorbed a massive amount of the sun's energy, but the longer he uses it, the more dehydrated he becomes and he'll eventually burn away. "I heard the Saiyans saying that something wasn't right though," he goes on. "I'm sure the answers will be revealed soon." Outside, Terragon is being approached by someone else as in the sky, we see the silhouette of King Sadala, or more appropriately, Kamen. "So, you're no ordinary Gardenian," Kamen says, looking down at this strange form from Terragon. The two come face to face as Kamen descends to the ground below, saying that he must really hate us Saiyans after all that, huh? "You wouldn't be trying to protect someone in there, would you?" Kamen says, noticing Terragon being quite particular about the hut behind him. This is when Kamen fires an energy blast at Terragon, but it goes right over his shoulder and destroys the nearby shack. Terragon, enraged even more now, charges at King Sadala, but out of nowhere, collapses from the side effects of harnessing the energy of the sun for too long, burning to a crisp as well as King Sadala mocks him. "You'll be much more useful to us alive," Kamen says, picking up Terragon and then flying off. The other Gardenians, who were actually able to take cover before Kamen's attack, are shown once more in what seems to be some sort of hidden cavern, as the younger ones plead with the Elder to see their point now. The Elder, however, still isn't 100% convinced that this is just pure Saiyan savagery, but he does agree that they should lay low for the time being. As Kamen arrives back at the hideout where Orin and the Tektekian are, Orin tells her that they've reviewed all of the footage and things have definitely changed. Kamen tosses the burnt Tarragon to the ground as the mysterious man says that it looks like he's transformed and he is alive, so that's exactly what they need. Do whatever you want with him, Kamen says, but you work for us now. Yes, of course, he replies, with Orin telling Kamen that they tested the machine in the meantime as well. The scientist that was hired to program them had a sample of his blood stored away by Orin, and they were able to do a little programming of their own. This guy will be going to Sadala himself to be testing the machine's effectiveness, that way they don't have to go and lose a perfectly good tuffle. Alright then, Plum, Kamen says to the android, you have your orders. Now go. You don't need a chip with your new body. And if you can't take out Vegeta, don't come back. The android takes off at blazing speed towards planet Sadala, but Kamen still has her doubts, saying that she doesn't trust this machine fully. It should only be used to revive Tuffles. We are the superior power in the universe, they say. With Vegeta in the picture now, however, things have changed drastically with the Tuffles plan, as it seems that Vegeta has already pushed the Saiyan's power to greater heights. But whether that power is worth our time is another question, Kamen says. But then, a sinister idea forms in their head. I know exactly who we need, Kamen says with a smirk, as things are bound to get very interesting and very quickly in Dragon Ball Super Sadala. On a distant planet in Universe 6, a shadowed figure is basking in the lightning of a thunderstorm as a new job, a new target, appears on his contract. Well, well, Hit says, smirking. How interesting, as he closes his hand, with Vegeta being his next target in the following chapter of Dragon Ball Super Sadala.